Good evening, I'm Christine Chang, your guest host tonight. Welcome to Arts District on Rocky Mountain PBS. There's a shiny new arts hub in southern Colorado. In fact, you can see it from I-25. The University of Colorado, Colorado Springs campus is now home to the Ent Center for the Arts. There are sleek curves on the outside, a collection of innovative performance venues inside, all welcoming our engagement. Arts District producer Kate Verdoni takes us backstage.
The space was conceived of back in the 1970s, and so it's been talked about for a long time here. It's been a long dream and a long vision coming. TheaterWorks, our professional theater company, the Galleries of Contemporary Art, both of these have been here on this campus for, in TheaterWorks' case, over 4 decades. GOCA is coming up on 4 decades. What we had were programs that were scattered. GOCA had our flagship home up in the Science Building. TheaterWorks sharing space with our Bethel Nursing College. And the Visual and Performing Arts Department was scattered between multiple buildings across the campus. And so this really brought those programs together into one space.
We're really privileged to have both the academic spaces and the professional entities in this building. So on the first floor, we have the Shockley-Zalabak Theater, where we are currently. The size of the space was really made with the intention that rental companies from throughout the region would be able to use this as their home. We have some amazing partner organizations, the Philharmonic, the Conservatory, the Children's Chorale, the Youth Symphony, Chamber Orchestra of the Springs, all of these amazing organizations that supported the Ent Center in its build, and they wanted and needed something that was going to be about 750 seats, which is what we have here in a mixed-use setting with a proscenium for music and dance live performance. Next door we have the Dusty Lou Bon Vivant Theater, which is the home, of course, of TheaterWorks. And then next door to that, of course, the Chapman Foundation's Recital Hall. That's where the student recitals are, the junior and senior recitals, the faculty recitals. There's also the Walsh Sharpe Gallery of Contemporary Art next door to that. So you have all of these professional spaces all next to each other, and the students interact and surround these spaces as well.
I knew we were going to get a replica of our former campus home, so basically a kind of traditional, classic white cube, but with a massive technological upgrade. We have LED lighting, we have strong points across the ceiling, we have humidity, climate control in here so that we can borrow works from museum collections.
Colorado artist Floyd D. Tunson was chosen by the gallery as its inaugural exhibitor. His large abstract works were created especially for the new space.
Well, I came in here during hard hat periods, before there was even any walls or floor or anything. Initially, when I looked at the floor plan and I saw the layout of the gallery, I noticed that we did have one wall that would be unencumbered, and it was this wall, and I realized that it's a 50-foot square gallery, so I decided that I would do a painting for this wall. But my studio is only like a third of this painting. I can only do like 4 sections at a time in my studio, so I had to do 4 sections at a time and then fuse this whole thing together. And the first time I ever saw it completely together was in this gallery. So I was really surprised that it worked. When you're initiating something like this, you're basically opening new doors, new horizons, new beginnings. It's just a privilege to be able to initiate a space like this.
During a behind-the-scenes event showcasing the Ent Center's acoustical considerations, UCCS Audiovisual Program Director Bradley Plez explained there is intention behind every material. One particular building strategy took the multifunctionality of the Shockley-Zalabak Theater into account.
I think the most important thing to talk about, honestly, is the variable acoustics. Okay, I mentioned it's a multi-purpose venue. There are acoustical drapery, acoustical curtains that are hidden above the ceiling reflectors in the space that can be deployed at any percentage you want in order to absorb a certain amount of sound to increase intelligibility, musicality, etc.
In our spring season, we had over 175 events that yielded nearly 60,000 patrons coming through the building, which is just really remarkable for any space, let alone a brand new space.
I think that's what this building is doing so dynamically is expanding our notion of what's possible in this community for the arts. And it's really powerful when you break down those barriers and say, oh, actually, we could keep going here. Why not? And do it together. And when we really built this building together with this community, and that includes, you know, the campus community and the surrounding region, it's powerful.
The Ent Center's outdoor sculpture garden, a rotating display entitled Art Without Limits, is another shared space created with the community in mind.
That's a point of access as well, that people can have an encounter with art when they're not necessarily even having to cross a threshold of a doorway or buy a ticket or have any other barrier.
The Ent Center is a gem for Colorado Springs. I mean, it's an art center under one roof with all those venues. And it's a beautiful architectural structure sitting on top of this hill, this shiny hill. You know, it's a beautiful attribute for Colorado Springs and this region.
The Ent Center for the Arts now has a full lineup of experiences at uccs.edu/Ent Center.